see, Drew?
Yeah, check 1 2. Check mic 1 2. What is this? Kobe Bryant with the roughneck business.
You know, I remember him kind of later in his career describing learning how the body moves and how the cheetah itself moved and how it used its tail. You know, you start to associate him with almost like an animal that's built to move differently.
My biggest regret, I met Kobe when I used to work at Atlantic, where they flew out near the airport, and I never got a chance to really tell him how much he meant to Los Angeles.
It was like artistic the way that he moved on the court.
Every single person on there, I can pretty much say he's dropped either 40 or 50 on multiple times.
But you can almost mute the TV and just watch him play and watch him mute, and it told a story.
You got to think he came in the league. He was just a kid, you know.
When I think of Kobe, I really just go back to when I was like 9 or 10.
Man, I think I may have been 6 or 7 years old.
His rookie season, he was a 17-year-old kid, and I thought that was like one of the most remarkable things.
You know, I was a kid myself. I was 10 years old and fell in love with them immediately.
It's really hard to go back to a specific time, but Kobe's been in my life since day one.
My mother was a Kobe lover. She would go crazy, the loudest one in the house.
I feel like I really honed in on Kobe because the way my dad loved him.
Even my granny, even in her old age when she didn't even really know too much going on, she knew when the Lakers were on, and she knew when like that game winner was hit. So family and Lakers are just pretty much synonymous.
There's 3 timeouts left. The Lakers have 2. Bryant to shot.
Man, Kobe, it was technical. It was godlike.
Kobe himself was an artist on the court, you know.
It's kind of dope because it has all this texture. You can see these bristle lines.
I work with my dad. My dad and I, our offices are together. And I was like, dude, I need to paint this fucking Kobe mural. I'm probably gonna call in sick tomorrow.
You know, he was almost like a dancer.
It was pure ballet, man.
He memorized so many movements that allowed him to specialize in what he did.
I could just watch him run around the court and not play, and that's all you could see. It would look something like the universe. You know, it's a cluster of stars. It's like a galaxy, and that in itself is very beautiful.
Kobe Bryant is an Angelino. He lived out on Newport, but you know, his office was at Staples Center.
You know, Kobe was like a kid who moved around a lot. You know, he lives in Italy, he lived in Philly, but I feel like this was his real like home where he was like stable and started a family.
I grew up in a basketball-loving family, so like we immigrated here, and that was the thing that like really tied our family together. The fact that we saw him, such a young kid at 17, 18 years old, going into the NBA, like that was like, yo, we could do anything, you know?
He had to show that he was worth something here, and he did. Just like immigrants, right? We're worth something here. We may not be from here, but we hold value and we have a lot to offer.
There's 24 things I would say to Kobe, and maybe 8 more things.
There was like all these like, you know, confetti that like fell at his last game. Unbeknownst to me, my brother-in-law collected a bunch of them and laminated them, and I didn't even know he did that. And then when he passed away, he gave me one, so I have it.
To know that me, along with millions of other people, have probably had better days, more successful days, just because of how you lived your life and nothing you said directly to us, is one of the craziest accomplishments I can imagine.
Unless he thinks he can entice Kobe Bryant to get thrown out.
Just appreciate everything he gave to the game, everything he gave to the city, everything he gave to all the families here, so.
Kobe, I love you. Thank you for everything.
We miss you and we love you.
Yeah, man, Kobe, like, thank you so much.
You see someone walking around with the Kobe jersey, you know that person is passionate about something.
I loved Kobe. I felt like he was my brother.
It's not the same. It's not, watching it's not the same, and it never will be the same.